All right. Ah, Communio. Hello. How's the game going? It's good. Where are you going? You're leaving me? How dare you? Good night. Love you too, honey. Yeah, no, I'm just doing some farming. I want to fucking augment the armor so that I can dye it, and then I'm just gonna throw it in my glamour drawer and be done with this goddamn trial. Okay, I went in angry emo mode too quickly. Ow. Maybe you could stop with that. About to head to bed, just thought I'd check in, have a lovely stream. Thanks! If you are someone that I'm, like, know, like... I apologize, I don't recognize your username. Like, if you are Lantern Crucible, I don't know if you've been to my streams before, and I just don't remember. Yeah, I've had a name change both here and almost everywhere else. Who were you before? Ah, quick. Alright. Oh, it's you. Hello, you. Uh-oh. Okay, that didn't do that much damage. But you... Ugh. Yeah, thanks for stopping by then. That's how cars work. Hello, Tyler. We're beating up a giant dragon. And I need to do it another 6 times. Which, in retrospect, is perfectly in line with Monster Hunter. Yes, it is literally a Rakdos. I guess you were unaware, but Final Fantasy does have a collab event with Monster Hunter. Oh, hit escape. Oh, someone left. I was gonna pop the limit break. Just for funsies, you know? How have you been, Tyler? Always sleepy. What's my favorite Monster Hunter monster? I haven't played Monster Hunter. It's not really my kind of game, Tyler. The combat's generally too slow. I like a lot of Monster Hunter likes where they've made the combat faster. Ew. Which is weird. Everything else about Monster Hunter, I absolutely love the concept of. Because you know me, I have no problem with grindy ass games. But the combat is just too slow in a typical Monster Hunter game. Like, the example, the counterexample is, there's a game called Tokuden, which is just a Monster Hunter like, right? Like, in all forms, it is a game where you fight giant monsters over and over again to rip tiny bits off of them so that you can make better weapons and armor, so that you can fight slightly more powerful giant monsters, so that you can rip bits, like, it's a Monster Hunter game. But its combat is just much quicker. Like, it's a really, really, really quick combat. And I sort of get where you're coming from. Like, how can you like fast combat? How can you not like the slow combat when you like turn-based combat? But I don't really have an answer for you, except that they don't like play the same part of my brain, if that makes sense. At least that's how I feel. No, I accept that that's the wrong one. Fuck. So, like, the methodical turn-based content sort of triggers the same part of my brain that puzzles do. Right? So... Sorry, I still don't super have, Reaper's rotation memorized, so it's hard for me to talk while Reapering. Yeah, so the turn-based combat to me doesn't compare because it plays on a different part of my brain. When I'm thinking of like the turn-based games that I like Final Fantasy X, for example, because that's like my favorite, right? Like, that's easily my favorite video game of all time. When I'm thinking about the battles in that game, I'm approaching them like a puzzle, right? But when I think about action combat, right, I'm thinking Bayonetta, and I'm thinking Devil May Cry. I'm thinking Final Fantasy 15 as well. Like, you've heard me rad on Final Fantasy 15 a lot, but for all of its fucking troubles... Oh, why did I unselect? There we go. It has amazing combat, right? And, like, another good comparison here is, like, when we talk about, like, the Dark Souls series, my favorite Dark Souls game is Bloodborne because it's the fastest out of all the Dark Souls games, right? You say you like combat, but you like hack and slashes where you spend the least time in combat. That's insipidly ignorant. The amount of time you spend in combat in all of the hack and slashes that I listed is insane. You spend all of the time you're playing those games in them. The individual fights, I mean. Yep, I know. And I'm not, like, that doesn't... It's not how long the fights go, it's just the pace of them. Tokuden is a Monster Hunter game as well. Its fights can take a long time as well. It's just, I don't... like... I like how fast the fights feel. Ow! You gotta understand how fucking ignorant the combat is too slow in Monster Hunter sounds when I'm watching you on screen right now doing some slow-ass combat. This isn't slow. You're insane. Use dual blades if you like hack and slash in Monster Hunter. See, I listed a bunch of hack and slash games, but I'm not actually a big fan of typical hack and slash games either. Like combo-y based ones, like, you know, Devil May Cry and stuff like that. I like the speed of those games, but I'm really bad at like the combos and shit like that. Ugh, stunned. Oh. Oh, right before it went down. Good luck, guys. I'll just be over here. Oh, just. Is that one I've gotten already? Yeah. For what it's worth, the Monster Hunter that I've played is the Monster Hunter World, I think it is, demo. Like, that's the most I've played. No, please, not me. I just started my combat. Oh, that's a lot of damage. In the meantime, let's go do this now that I have that fucking done. Yeah, I wouldn't be against trying one, Tyler, but they typically are so freaking expensive. In fact, I've seen, it seems like a trend that the Monster Hunter games and the Monster Hunter likes never seem to go on sales much. I wonder if it's because the games can be considered to be a bang for their buck because of how many hours of content is technically in them. I say technically there, by the way. What I'm actually surprised is that you're into those games, because as far as I can tell, you and grindy content don't get along well. Wait, did I need 2 more? Oh my god. Like I said, the fights don't feel grindy. Tyler, if you do them like 10 times over, they don't feel grindy? That's like insane. I don't understand that. Fair enough. I'm also surprised you haven't gotten into World then, because as far as I understand, World was one of the most immersive ones yet. Right, so you didn't have the game quote-unquote bought for you in order to manipulate you into playing it with... Yeah. Yep. Is this armor from the game? I am curious. There's so much armor in the game it easily could be. Okay. Is it 2 I need? How many do I need? Yeah, 2. Why did I even bother getting this? What the fuck? Like, why did I even bother? You know what? Fuck you. Throwing away the fucking... Why did that piece of armor took 4 scales to make into the dyeable version? That tiny little skimpy fucking bikini. But these only will take 2. I don't understand. My brain hurt. Because the little bikini counts as leg armor, and the boots count as boot armor, and leg armor is more important than boot armor. That's not a Monster Hunter thing, that's a Final Fantasy thing. Well, it could also be a Monster Hunter thing. Like, the leg armor is fucking 500 defense, but the boot armor is only 400. In the same way the torso is 500, but the hand is only 400. It's like small, big, small, big, small. If that makes sense. Except when it doesn't, when it's a fucking little fucking bikini. Oh, this is dyeable too, though. Pretty. Bright blue. I like it. Da, 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 Ah. You still have apps on your phone for tracking armor and weapon requirements? God, that shit brings me back to Tokenin as well. Like, they don't have the apps for the phone because Tokenin was never as popular, but there are websites for it. Like Excel spreadsheets and shit like that. So I know exactly what you're talking about. Oops. What do you want? Oh, I'll just wait here. Is this a rail shooter now? Oh. That was it? Alright. Oh, thank goodness. Hi there. Don't mind me being so close. Hi. Hi there. How are you? Hey. I like it when you breathe on my face, but through the mask, I feel protected. Sorry, I'm not wearing a mask, but I have a panda on my shoulder. This machine has fucking 8 legs and it couldn't climb over that shit? You serious? Plus, why did you need me to blow them up? You gave me the You... Ow, tail! Yeah, our tail is pretty standard for Monster Hunter. So this is a, what's the word? This is a, this is a collab between Monster Hunter and Final Fantasy XIV. And it's also... Heal, please. Well, what I was gonna say is part of the aspect of the collab was that each game wanted the fight that they were including to be as much like the other game as possible. So, for example, in the Rathalos fight, he doesn't have an enmity gauge like the other fights in Final Fantasy XIV do. You know, he doesn't like care about your tank abilities, and he disables your healer abilities as well, because, you know, Monster Hunter, they don't have fucking tanks and healers. You have potions, and everyone has to fucking sort of do it for themselves. Meanwhile, in reverse, there's a behemoth fight in Monster Hunter World. Behemoth is a creature from Final Fantasy. You probably actually know that. And in that fight, there are well, sort of. Yeah. But in the Behemoth fight, there's an enmity gauge, and there's like mechanics that are very much taken from Final Fantasy XIV, basically. I don't know much about Monster Hunter, but I was under the impression the Hunting Horn was less healing and more just support. Ow! Ouchies. No, I teleported, but he undid my teleport. That's cheating. Yeah, no, I wouldn't be against playing it. I'd just have to, like, a game would have to be given, a copy of the game would have to be given to me serendipitously, because I don't particularly feel like spending $100 on the game. And alternatively, if you like Monster Hunter games, it'd be kind of cool to try and get you into Tokoden, because it's like one of my favorite games. It is conceptually almost identical to Monster Hunter after all. You know, because it is a Monster Hunter clone. Every game seems to be one of your favorite games. Yeah, isn't that just living life and enjoying life, Tyler? I'm sorry. Is there a fucking problem with that? Would you rather I hated every game? Honestly. Every time I introduce a Final Fantasy game. Final Fantasy is one of my favorite games. Like, just the concept of Final Fantasy. But yeah, no, my point still fucking stands. Do you want me to just not enjoy things, Tyler? Like, fuck you. No, I get it. It's cute. You want to die? Don't answer that. What are we marking now that's cuter? Yeah, no, I'm saying it in the friendly. You want to die, open parenthesis, affectionate, close parenthesis. Missing a sparkly in the red area. Why am I always missing sparklies in the red areas? Oh, I see the sparkly. Because the red area is where the sparklies are. You know, Tyler, that's not always true. You've got all these red areas where sparklies are gonna be. God, that's a huge city. Would have been kind of cool to see Garlemald in its prime. What am I caught on? Car! It's really, really effective way to get me to hate the Telophoroi, that's for sure. These are big buildings, lots of fucking people must have lived here. This was the center of an empire, Tyler. I don't know how much I want to talk to you about the story of Final Fantasy XIV, because on one hand, I want to get you to play this game, obviously. But on the other hand, I think I'm coming to realize something about the story of Final Fantasy XIV, right? And this is going to blow your mind, because we've talked about Final Fantasy XIV, and you know what my opinion that I've said of the story is before, right? You know what I've said. Let me try and say that sentence again, but with the words in the correct order. I've said my opinion of what I think the story is like, and you know, or at least you might be able to remember what it is I've said. I've sung this game's story's praises, right? But I'm sort of coming to a realization that, like, a story's accessibility is a key part of whether it's a good story or not, right? So, like, one of the reasons why we criticize Lord of the Rings as the books so much is because they are not super accessible anymore, right? They are very wordy and quite hard to get into, right? Final Fantasy XIV has an amazing story, and I am absolutely in love with every character. When I get engaged in the story, I am like it's like it's I'm trying to think of like the right word to use to describe. Don't explode. That's rude. But it's an MMO. Like, it's just, there is no world in which this is an easy story to get into. No, Tyler, shut up and let me make my fucking point, please. And by shut up, I mean, I don't know, keep doing what you're doing, because your text, your words on the screen, and I can just ignore you. There's... like... Ooh. There is a natural barrier to entry for any MMO that increases its accessibility to such an insane extent that that alone almost ruins any story an MMO could hope to tell. And it only gets worse because Square Enix didn't make A Realm Reborn the first chunk of MMO story with the same level of quality that they made the rest of the story. I like the story now because it got good and the voice acting got good and the story got good, but like 1 to 50 is slow and filled with lots of, you know, meaningless faff, and it's, you know, it takes time to get good. And it's not good because of that. Like, the one of the biggest selling points I try to tell people is the story, but if people get into the game because of that, it's gonna take them hours and hours to actually see the thing I'm talking about, and they will probably quit before they get to that point. Like, I don't think my original point was like, I would love to talk to you about the story I'm currently doing, but like, I want you to play the game, and I want you to get to the point where you appreciate the story. And because of that, I don't want to spoil this story, but I also don't know if you'll make it there. Because it's like... I'm not good at forming words while I'm doing gameplay. Why did I become a Twitch streamer? If you play the game and you find enjoyment in something that isn't the story, which is really easy to do because the story is not good leading up to, like, for the first, like, 100 hours, then you're not going to have any connection to the story when it becomes good. Like, I'm just wondering... Ooh, there's a current here. Oh, from there. Okay. Like, you've made it clear that you're invested in the idea of collecting these little things, right? The minions. And I'm assured that the more you get into the game, the more you'll also be invested in collecting other things like mounts as well. You know, because I think that is also a fun aspect of the game, is collecting all the different mounts. So you're already not interested per se in the story, right? But the game is going to start off by forcing you to do the story for ages. This is going to hurt. Ow, my legs! Because almost all of the meaningful content is locked behind milestones in the story. So you're being forced to do the story. Yeah, you've experienced, like, the cutscene in fucking Endwalker story, though. That's sort of what I'm talking about, right? Like, you've seen the cutscene at the end. Like you. Sorry, I'm just focusing. Yeah, okay, I got a good way to word it. I can promise you the story gets good. I just don't think I can promise you that it's worth spending the time where it isn't good to get to that part. That's how I want to word it. And because you need to do both parts. Like, you need to do the part where it isn't good to get to the part where it is good and appreciate that it is good. Like, will you even get into the story at all? Like, I don't think you will. But, like, getting into the story and playing the game aren't necessarily the same thing. Because you could just play the game and, you know, ignore all the story. Well, I'm mostly into MMOs as a social thing. Right, but you've never played Final Fantasy XIV. Final Fantasy XIV is hugely social, but it's also got, eventually, an extremely engaging story. I skipped the side quests, which is what these are. Like, if anything has the... Like, how do I word it? Let me zoom in. Any icon that isn't the one with the flames is a side quest, and I don't particularly care about those. Personally. Right. But will you pay enough attention to the story when it's only bearable so that you can have the context for when it's good? You paid attention to 13.2 story? 13.2 story is a delight. Excuse me. And I'm paying attention to Lightning Return story. Alright, I guess you've made a cognizant argument. I feel like I've got my resume. I still feel like it's gonna be much harder as an MMO, though. Because, I mean, like, a lot of it is reading as well, you know? Like, not even voice acted stuff, but just reading fucking text boxes. I keep on handing these in as fucking Reaper. I'm gonna switch to Red Mage. Switch to Red Mage so I'm actually getting experience. Handing them in as a class that's maxed fucking level. Yeah, I think I brought up the conversation originally because I was like, I'm going to talk to you about where we are and what's going on. But it's like, you know, I don't want to spoil the story, but I also don't know if you're going to get there. Yeah. See, that's the thing I'm doing with... Oh, okay. That's what you meant. I thought you were, like, reading text boxes is what I'm doing with friendship teams. No, no, no. Okay. Oh, it's so far away. Why do you make it so far away? Give your XPs. Give me your tasty XPs. Num 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 num. I do not care what words are coming out of your mouth, just give me your tasty XPs. Don't walk through me, that's... I fucking hit decline. Also, you love it's just reading text boxes? I mean, you know what? That is kind of what Genshin is. Huh. Alright. Maybe I'm giving you... maybe I'm not giving you enough credit then. Because Final Fantasy is not all text boxes. It has lots of voiced cutscenes and like lots of action cutscenes as well. So it's like more than that in a, you know, by description. And I forget that you actually read all of the shit that I skip in Danganronpa, not in Danganronpa, in Genshin. And yeah, you played shit like Danganronpa as well. All right, yeah, I'm maybe not giving you enough credit here. I think this comes from... I think we had an interaction at one point where I wanted you to read something and you were like, oh, honey, I can't read all of that ADHD brain something something. But maybe that wasn't a statement on you as a regular. Maybe that was just in that particular time you were like, I don't feel like reading because of how I feel at this current moment. I don't know. I don't remember enough of the event to be able to give you a specific, and fucking Lord knows you wouldn't either. So... well, you still have the game installed, right, Tyler? Why not launch it? You'll have to, like, download a bunch of updates. Probably my ability to sit and read something does depend on my current mood and engagement, so that's possible. Yeah. Why not download it? You'll have to, like... it's already downloaded, sorry. Why not, like, run it and put it through the update ringer? Because, like, since there's been a bunch of expansions, you'll have a few big updates to download. And then hop on and we'll just troll around a little bit. Like... I also still want to play Lightning Returns. Like, I want to do that as well. But, like... I don't know, I've got plenty of time. If we're going by times, I'm still doing this for like another hour before like me and you start our stream. Should I be on the inside? Yes. I bet there's an aerial cone here somewhere. Ooh. Stay away. Stay away from the summoner. You're a bad man. But it was actually my fault to begin with. Ooh. No, I don't have these lines memorized. Shut up. I did skip that box. It just... No, it won't remember your password. It just won't. It'll only ever... Oh, wait, it won't remember your account? Like, it should remember your account name, but it will never remember your password. It's like, it just won't do that. It's a security thing. Screenix specifically are saying no to that. It doesn't remember your ID. That it shouldn't be doing. That's weird. Do you delete your emails? Because if not, check emails from, like, signing up for the game. Granted, I also don't remember my password. I'll leave you to figure that shit out. I thought it fucking the text box that popped up that was like, you don't see your friends around. Go experience somewhere else. Like, fucking... That's not an adjective. Or adverb or verb or whatever the fuck the word is. I don't know my language words. Ah, yes, my language words. No, I won't. Eat the cunts. There we go. Missing one quest one. Oh, hey, you do remember your password? That's cool, actually. That's alright. I'm obviously not going to be, you know, using anything, doing anything with that fucking bad.
I'm gonna log into your Final Fantasy XIV account and buy the game for you.
I mean, unless you have... Oh. I'll get the right one eventually. Oh, you know what? It'd just be quicker if I fucking... I just read your fucking password. Tyler, you're such a whore. I will say, I have moved servers since we last played. So you will have to make a character on the server I'm actually on now. If you want, we can, like, hop into call and I can help you out with that shit. Alright, back to Reaper. Oh. No, not now then. Nope, I'll have to do that another time. You have 40 minutes of updates? That's the least of your concerns right now? Okay, maybe I do have the time to do this then, actually. I like how the game will literally be like, you're gonna need to sit down for a long time for these cutscenes. We've got like 20 minutes of cutscenes for you. Like, just buckle up, kiddo. Grab some fucking snacks. I do assume that if you're here to watch this stream, you're not going to remember anything that happens in these cutscenes, as if they become relevant, like, if their relevance happens. If that makes sense, like, you're not going to, like, remember this cutscene Unless something really drastic happens. I assume, anyway. Did you hear Game Grumps is making a psychological horror? Game Grumps are making a psychological horror? I remember putting a shock collar on a child. Yeah, but, like... I don't think you, like... You have no idea of the context behind that. And I could tell you, but, like, I think maybe I shouldn't be talking about it. Also, the children no longer have shock collars on. But I don't think I should tell you about it.
Is that all of them?
The same one that made Dream Daddy? They're gonna make a psychological horror? Oh, fuck yeah! They must have been, like, that... That's like, fucking... like, Doki Doki Literature Club. They must have been, like... They must have liked that kind of shit so much.
The last of those who agreed to join us, yes.
Homebody.
We left heaters and provisions for those who wish to stay behind. They won't last forever, but hopefully they'll last long enough.
For now, I think everyone's earned a rest. We'll see to those in need of medical attention, so take the others with you and get yourselves some hot soup.
Oh, my poor baby boy. Yeah, so Tyler. Bit of a 180-degree swing on that character. The last time you were watching a cutscene with him, I was like, fuck him, I hate him, he's a cunt. And now he's my baby boy, and if anyone hurts him, I will kill everyone in this room and then myself. My poor small baby child. Angry baby. Angry, tired, scared baby.
Warmth. At last.
Oh.
Marvelous, isn't it?
Oh, shut the fuck up.
All thanks to the resourceful machinists of Ishgard, I might add. On their behalf, I bid you warm yourself to your heart's content.
Hold on. Your people might have scribbled a few things on a piece of parchment, but it was our Minson Smiths that put the bloody things together.
Cockney accent.
May, we single-handedly got the interior heating up and running again, didn't we?
The hells you did. We were there every step of the way.
We? You barely raised a finger to help, you ale-sodden reprobate.
Ale-sodden reprobate.
I did a damn sight more than you lily-livered bilge-rat.
Lily-livered bilge-rat.
Take that back.
Make me.
Neck kiss.
I will not stoop to your level.
Smile.
Here. At ease, man. There's nothing funny in it. I'm from Alamigo, but was a conscript until recently. Used to eat this with the officers.
Apparently, it's adapted from a steppe recipe. This is my first time trying it, and I have to say, it's not half bad.
It's a bit too flavorful for my liking.
Yeah, of course you'd say that, you twin out of fucking...
Perhaps compared to what you're used to.
Yes. Brits, am I right? Yeah.
It's the little things that make life worth living, don't you think?
Oh no! Oh, there it is. he has been through so much and he's been holding in his emotions about it all. This is good. The floodgates have
I
broken.
know this is not a dream, and yet... I felt the same way at the Dragon Song War's end. Every morning I would step outside and need to be reminded that it wasn't my imagination, that my world had been forever changed. And just as I had grown accustomed to the idea, again you change my world in ways I never thought possible.
Lucia, please, people are listening.
Were it not for you and your fellow scions, the rifts between man and dragon and myriad tribes might never have been bridged. The Grand Company of Eorzea, the Ilsabard contingent, we owe it all to you.
Well, I am the player
I've
character.
shed many tears in recent days, of pain and sorrow, triumph and joy. I much prefer the latter. Indeed, we can but do our utmost to unite these disparate peoples and lead them to victory.
It is a remarkable achievement. Everything that I and the Populares had hoped for, and more.
Would that it had come sooner.
Indeed. Too many are not here to see it. And yet, there is a warmth in my breast, as if they still share in this moment.
He said breast.
Yes, I know what you mean.
Am I 12? I think I'm 12.
On a night like tonight, the wind and cold seem to pass me by.
Something bad's gonna happen. That's what this is setting up for. Oh no, it's the fucking flower! Of course it is. Uh-oh. He didn't have one.
Emperor Varus?
They are being tempered. The talismans. Quickly!
Save me, brave hero! Ahem. My lord has requested your presence, and I would hate to disappoint him.
Then Daniel! Oh! We're just gone. We don't get to see what happens. Yeah, I did say it. I did say it. Something bad was about to happen.
The fear our time is short. I shall begin the preparations.
Now, it is time for you to awaken.
And Daniel, you son of a bitch. What? Oh, hey.
Good morrow to you. Here, have a taste before it gets cold. Oh, but be sure to remove your helmet. Take a moment, too, to familiarize yourself with that borrowed flesh.
Borrowed flesh? Who? What?
So, how does it feel? I, for one, find those first moments within a new body to be most refreshing. We had a Magitech engineer by the name of Aulus to thank for this method of soul extraction and implantation. I believe the two of you met briefly in Alamigo.
Yes, we did.
His was a rather sticky end, wasn't it? Thankfully, he was thoughtful enough to leave behind his mind-jack technology. I took the liberty of...
This is such a pain in the ass. That's
Come now. To us Asians, it is no different from trying on new clothes. Why not make the most of it by partaking in this fine cuisine? I must say, I have gone to great lengths to reunite you with my lord. When I discovered that his friend was in this neck of the woods, I suggested inviting you over for dinner. He never deigned to respond, but I took his silence as a resounding yes. Oh my! Daddy is pleased his grumpy little boy has finally found his playmate.
Please don't say daddy, Fan Daniel.
Exposition is in order.
Please. Oh, you already was talking too much, Tyler.
The Garlean Empire has long outlawed all forms of religion. No gods to worship, no risk of summoning. Brilliantly simple. But people being people must turn to something or someone in their hour of need. Who then?
Emperor Varus.
Why, His Radiance the Emperor, of course.
Yeah, everyone's been talking about him.
As you have observed firsthand, Garlemald has seen better days. The legendary Solus Zosgalvus, dead. Provinces near and far in open rebellion. Our bold new emperor assassinated. And that last one even sparked a civil war. What rotten luck. The people cried out for salvation. Their earnest pleas, one might even call them prayers, a supplication united for the Empire to reclaim her former glory. And so their will did manifest, channeled through the corpse of none other than Emperor Varus himself.
Oh, and the towers are gathering ether to fuel that
And lo,
summoning.
the Savior was born, the embodiment of the Garlean spirit, their anima.
Hey, look, Anima from Final Fantasy X. You know that one, Tyler.
It calls to its subjects, compelling them to take up arms and fight. And just as the wealth and power gravitate towards the Empire's capital, so too does ether from every corner of the globe. The towers with which you and your allies have been so preoccupied were created as an extension of Anima itself. An ingenious design. Would you not agree, my lord?
He's just eating his meal. Like, shut the fuck up, you twink. Let me eat my steak. Did you...
The pursuit of prey you have bested before excite you? Of course not. Absent the challenge, the thrill, your prize is a hollow victory. Butchery.
Ugh. Xenos is such a bad villain because literally his entire arc is fucking he wants to fight you. He's got like a hate boner for you. That's literally all it is. He wants to hate fuck you. Or he wants you to hate fuck him. Yeah, he wants you to hate fuck him. He's a pretty boy. Daniel on the side there.
Perhaps you think that to be the extent of my promise. I have no doubt fallen in your estimation since Alamigo. Fair enough. But do not let your disdain deprive us of an opportunity to craft an even more majestic moment of you.
Yeah, see, look how he's fucking talking. Ugh. Get your stupid twink butler to fuck you, you thirsty bitch.
As I set the stage for our reunion. Wheresoever there is suffering and despair, you appear to fulfill your duty as defender of this star. The chaos and destruction that my hordes have wrought are my gifts to you alone.
Oh, shut up, Xenos.
At a loss for words? No matter. As you will learn, I have only just begun.
Oh, will you not finish your meal?
Oh my god, Fan Daniel.
There is only one thing that can sate my hunger, and it would seem my friend has lost her appetite. I hoped this display of civility might prove an entertaining diversion, but clearly we are above such pretensions. While my lifeless body was in the possession of the Ascian, I too claimed another's as my own. It was an enlightening experience to fight in an unfamiliar form. Flaws and failings in my technique were plain to see. Whence rises one's true strength? The flesh? The soul? Perhaps you should like to discover the answer for yourself. Or together.
Okay. Oh my god, he's gonna take my body and...
Dear, whatever would happen if my lord were to greet your friends as you?
Oh, fucking Fed... Daniel's fucking... Oh dear.
We'd better hurry if we want want to avert the bloodbath. You can thank me later for my generosity.
This is gonna be fucking interesting.
Ah, there it is. Your camp, I believe. If I were to hazard a guess, I would say that you, the other you, is making her way there as we speak. Alas, this you will have to walk from here. Or run, if you can manage it. My lord would be cross if I made it too easy. Such ingratitude. I'd not squander this fighting chance. After all, you've obstacles enough to overcome. Right on cue. Tempered soldiers, with standing orders to kill those not sworn to anima. Under normal circumstances, you would make short work of them.
Yeah, yeah. So I have to get to fucking... Is there gonna be a time limit? Oh, alright. Yep. There is a time limit. Oh, I am squishy. Holy shit.
Given your diminished capacity. Nevertheless, 'twould perhaps be prudent to keep to the shadows. Scurrying about like a rodent.
Oh my god, I don't have automatic healing. Oh my god, there is... I'm panicking. So bad. Holy shit, this is intense. Okay. Identification key and fuel? Oh, they're not gonna make it easy on me, are they? Oh, this is intense. I love it. Alright, move away. I need you to move away. I have a limited time, and I need you to move away. Thank you. It was just a medical kit. Oh, I don't know what to do. Okay. Okay, I'm back where I started. This is not helpful. I'm just gonna examine every sparkly and hope for the best. This is the most dangerous sparkly hunt I've ever done. Oh, I don't know if you can tell, but I'm pretty fucking hype about this. Uh-oh. This could be bad. Okay, those actually are... The tempered ones aren't actually that bad. I basically need a single medkit for them if I have both of my buffs up. Oh, jeez. That's probably death for me. Alright, I have to. I just have to hope that I can outlive this. Alright, I'm all out of medkits because of that. Be nice if I could see. Alright. I need to find other wrecked Magitech stuff. Medkit? Yes. Oh, okay. Lead you over here. I'm not going to use the med kit because I'm thinking this rehabilitation stuff might. Move. 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 Thank you. I'm carrying. Like, I've gotta actually carry it. If I get into combat, I'm gonna drop it. This is really fucking hard. Final Fantasy 14 does not like a controller. No, you can play the game with a controller, but you shouldn't. You should never play a hotbar game with a controller, if I'm being perfectly honest, actually. Move. 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 That's awkward, but I'll deal with it. Yeah, because it thinks of cross hotbar like version, essentially.
These nuts. Ha! Got him! Ha! Got him!
Ow! Alright. Alright, I'm not gonna fucking... Alright. Oh, Jesus. Please help me. Oh, Jesus. This is fucking button mashy bullshit. Well, this is fucking depressing. They're not gonna make me crawl the whole way there, are they? What the fuck? They didn't warn me about this. What is going on? Oh no.
It is a miracle we were able to restrain the Tempered without suffering casualties.
A welcome one. Arun, Senna, and the others have their hands full as it is. Thankfully, there are enough scales for everyone.
And what of Euless? His symptoms were
They were, but others fared still worse, including some brought back as those in most desperate need take priority. But rest assured that he will. In the meantime, we must find our
Oh, it's so...
All the bloody times for a disappearing.
It's so tense, because I know the moment that my character fucking appears, something terrible is gonna happen. Something terrible. Something absolutely terrible is about to happen, and I'm not ready for it. I don't want to advance, but I have to.
Right when the first wave struck, we'd be fools to think it a coincidence. But where even to begin the search? No one saw her leave in the chaos, and we've no trail to follow.
So I think someone's gonna die. I
While
think
know
someone's
full
about to
well she
die.
can handle herself, I worry all the same. Ah, speak.
No!
Well, time to call off the search.
Y'shtola, you have ether vision. Please tell me you can tell the difference.
Case closed.
That's her, over there.
Aye, 'twould appear so. Thou art struggling to perceive her presence.
Yes!
I am. Perhaps in the aftermath of the wave, there is some.
No, don't write it off!
With my faculties, but
Don't write it off! Y'shtola, trust in your senses!
Where have you been? We've been worried sick.
Now, all's well that ends well.
Are you all right?
Who are you?
Oh, thank you, Graha. Oh my fucking god. Enough Xenos, I think, would be.
Sadly, that is all we have time for today. The effect has run its course, and back to your own bodies you must go. But where are my manners? You have all traveled so very far, and I have yet to pay my respect. Though in my defense, I was ill-prepared to receive so many uninvited guests. As such, preliminary entertainments were in order. A handful of tempered soldiers to hamper your progress. Refugees to command your attention while I siphon the ceruleum from the shadows. Particularly effective, that. Charitable souls that you are, you bent over backwards to aid them. Heedless of the delay. Predictable to a fault. And so my plan approaches completion unhindered.
Oh, I fucking hate Van Daniel, but like he's such a good
Animal
villain.
will soon have absorbed the requisite amount of ether. And then shall come the spectacle to end all spectacle. The eldest and most powerful of primals will awaken, and all shall bear witness to the final days.
And look at that, the fucking tower is his backdrop. Like, that's such a good shot. Look at that, actually. That's such a good shot right there. I can't either, that was pretty fucked.
The gods themselves will be my meal. Your dear companions my dessert. Upon this world I'll feast, and death shall follow in my wake. All your hate, all your rage, you will render unto me.
For upon thy life's reel wind too many threads of fate, power, wheel enmeshed with woe. More terrible still is the attrition wrought upon thy companions, as they are swept up in the storm of thine existence. Take heart and protect them well. They will be your strength and your salvation.
Thank goodness.
So, I have a prediction on who I think is gonna fucking die, because I think someone's gonna fucking die in this expansion. And I think it's Alphinaud. And I think it's Alphino because all 3 times we've seen Vral say that. Vral is that dragon that we just saw. All 3 times we've seen Vral go, your friends are your power, protect them at all cost. The first character we see after that in all 3 instances is Alphino. And like, Vral is handing us a death flag when they're like, your friends are gonna die. But it's not a death flag, it's us. It's a death flag coupon that we get to give to someone else, right? Like, Vral is like, your friends are really important and you love them a lot and they're your strength and power. You need to protect them at all costs. Like, Vral is handing us a death flag. I'm not spoiling anything. I have no idea. This is a guess, Tyler. Shut up. This is a guess. What are you on about?
I am pleased to report you are very much alive.
I don't fucking know what's gonna happen.
Everything in working order?
But all 3 times...
Before I forget, thanks for coming to our rescue.
You're making an educated prediction and giving me the context to understand why you think so. So? Welcome to being on my stream while I play a new video game that... While I play a... Well, not new. While I play a video game that I haven't played before. Fucking... But yeah, all 3 times Vral has said that, the very next character we see, and it's not even like in a separate cutscene, it's like Vral will say that, and then Alphino will immediately walk back in the room that we were in, is like, are you coming? Like, all 3 fucking times. Alphino's gonna fucking die. Alphino is going to fucking die, and I know it. And you know what the worst part is? Now that we've seen Fandaniel do this mind jack shit, I'm terrified that it's gonna be us that kills him. Like, Xenos in our body, but us. Alphino is... I'm calling it. Alphino is gonna fucking die, and it's gonna be us. We're gonna be the one to kill him. I don't want it to happen. Xena seems very useless in your body.
Given recent events, I would be surprised if you weren't feeling a bit poorly.
Doesn't know how to work that shit.
A hearty meal and a long rest would be my recommendation under normal circumstances, but these are anything but. If Fandaniel's boasts are to be believed, we must act quickly.
Someone give him a manual for my quick bar.
For our assault on the Tower of Babel.
Wait, so you're in then? Like, are you telling me you're in the game? Well, not in the game, but you've launched it? Like, you're on the menus and shit? No. Well, I'm confused what you were talking about with the controller. I launched it and closed it again. Do you want me to, like, help you with the server now, then? Seeing as I'm here? Like, let's call. Yeah? I'm about to make lunch. Oh, alright. That's fair. This was not a cruel, pointless trick, Alize. This was an experiment. Oh, hell, this is the final Aetherite wind. Aetherite? Ether wind. Ether current. We're only at level fucking 83. We are not beating the fucking story. Oh my god. Is this the new music for here? It is, that's kind of cool. Ba ba bum ba ba bum ba ba bum ba 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 da do 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 ba ba da ba ba da ba ba da ba ba da ba ba ba. Hey, I found the 90. All right. All right.
Let's give it our all.
I stand ever ready.
Our fates
I stand ever ready.
That's really interesting.
Give it our all.
I stand ever ready.
All right.
I'm gonna be right back. don't know if you're back yet. Oh, I forgot my drink. Weird. Oh, you BRB'd me! Tyler, that's so sweet of you. Thank you, honey. BRB'd you, get BRB'd you, bitch. I was, like, compliment, like, it's a good thing. This is not a bad thing, this is a good thing. Fucking weirdo. I typed it when you'd already said it sweetly. Do you want to call then? Are you back? Have you consumed your luncheon? Alright, I'll give you a bit of time to eat them. Let me know when you've eaten it. Want to crash Snow's party? Do we not want to do any setup with this at all? Like, do you want to... Like, do you feel like playing a little bit of this before we do that? If we left off while nothing was happening, I would put, like, right at Snow's doorstep. That's reasonable. I'm just obviously very engaged with this right now. Oh. You're in your stream. You're in my stream VC. I thought you didn't want to be in VC unless you were eating. Like, that was the whole point of us ending an hour, like 2 hours early last time we did that. Well, not last time, but the time before. Was eating fried chicken. You didn't say... Tyler, you did not say anything about the type of food, and I have it on fucking recording, so... Do you know how hard it is? No, I don't, because Australia doesn't do good fried chicken like America apparently does. All our fried chicken sucks. Hair in my sandwich. Oh, Tyler. Fried chicken can be homemade, you know. Wasn't got that good shit from Popeyes. We don't have a Popeyes anyway. Like, literally the only fried chicken joint that we have that's, like, franchised is, like, KFC. Right, but our KFC is actual food, Tyler. None of your fast food over there is food. America has no standards when it comes to that shit. I recognize that. I can join, but I could also just call you. We're just gonna move to lightning returns now? I suppose I could just... Hi there.
Hello.
Do we want to move to lightning returns, then? Like, what do we want to do?
Move to lightning returns.
Okay.
You're
Yeah, they're
so
not...
look on this-
I know. I'm gonna have a look.
I'm so big on my own on the screen. Look at me, I have all the power.
And there you go.
Aww.
I've come in to take some of your power.
Aw. Okay.
It is my stream, so like the fact that you have some power, like you should be grateful.
I should be grateful.
Yes.
Alright. You're not then fucking nice, buddy.
Shut up, Tyler. Alright. Exit game at its pivotal moment in the story.
Buddy, it's 20 minutes past stream time.
Something tells me we are gonna get our ass absolutely fucking kicked by Snow.
Quite possible, yeah.
Like, something just tells me that, like, that we were kind of supposed to do the Luxurian quest first. Or at least it's heavily suggested that we do.
Well, I mean, we do start there.
And the Snow quest is just gonna fucking blast our balls off.
It's gonna be fun.
And I'm refusing to use Wiimod for it.
Mm-hmm. We're trying to raw dog.
No, I think we're doing a good job.
Well, we keep looking up quests.
No, I think that's raw dogging it for me. Tasty. I gotta stop recording.